We are live. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. So we've got Sarah in the house. Woo! Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it, actually.
Oh, no, I'm excited to be on. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks. Well, we kind of spoke about it a little bit before, didn't we? And then I was like, oh, fancy doing Wednesday. So just tell us, Sarah, just a little bit about yourself and, kind of how you got into reselling.
Okay. Well, I always used to go to car boots and charity shops to buy stuff for myself. And I used to, on a Sunday afternoon, love going on Instagram and searching hashtags like car boot finds to see what everyone else had bought from car boots. And I started seeing people like Fake Rachel and a few others that aren't actually still part of the Instagram community. And I realized that they were buying to resell, and I thought, I feel like I could turn my hobby into something. And then, I don't know, probably about 8 or 9 months went on and we were having an extension done. Unfortunately, our builders went bust and we lost a lot of money, tens of thousands. And the house was like partially open to the elements. We couldn't get any more loans. Our credit cards were maxed out. And I just said to my husband, I'm going to start trying to actually resell for money just on the side. And it started from there, really. I was working then, obviously. I had a proper job. And then after probably 2 years of doing it part-time, maybe a year and a half, I decided I was going to do it full-time. That was obviously after we'd finished off our house then. And it was clean enough to say, I'm going to try and make a go of it.
Yeah, I suppose actually that's quite a good way to kind of inadvertently start with Instagram, is being involved in the community, because you can see what other people are picking up already and what they're kind of selling for, and stuff like that as well. So you've kind of already been doing that market research out of your own hobby for ages, really.
Yeah.
Good.
So I used to do it from my personal Instagram, and then I think it was in 2017 I decided to set up a reselling one.
Yeah.
Just because when you're doing it just from your own personal one, it's very hard. Although you can watch, but it's hard to be involved in the community because you haven't got a reselling name, and so a lot of people don't necessarily interact with personal accounts.
Yeah.
So I set up my reselling Instagram then, just so that I could be a bit more involved.
Yeah. What was your proper job then?
I worked in insurance.
Okay.
I worked sort of on and off for insurance brokers for 20 years. I had obviously breaks in between, but that was the job that I always went back to.
Oh, nice. Was it what kind of insurance was it? Like cars and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, home insurance sometime. I've worked for a commercial broker, all sorts really, but it's just, it paid well, and there was a lot of brokers in this area, so it was always a job that I just kept falling back into.
Yeah, definitely. Are you still in the same house now that you had the building work with?
Yeah.
I suppose you just don't want to leave it now. It's caused so much trouble.
Yeah.
Staying in now.
Yeah, we've got so much money sunk into it, obviously, because of the big chunk that we lost, but also what we then had to spend to get it done. I think you just feel like you're kind of stuck in it because you spent so much money on it.
Yeah. What's your favourite kind of stuff to pick up then, Sarah?
Well, I really love picking up vintage clothes and vintage homeware. That's more of a, not necessarily they're not necessarily going to get me the best money, but I just, I feel it in my heart and I really love rescuing it. Obviously I pick up other stuff just because I know it's going to make me money, but those are the things that pull at my heartstrings, really.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's always good if you can sell things that you're passionate about, because you're more interested in it. It's more fun for you to pick it up, find it, list it, blah blah blah. It's just far more fun for you, isn't it, to do that?
Yeah, you got to have a good balance of
Yeah.
you know, things that are going to make you money, but also some things that are going to make you happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you definitely do have to have a good balance of that. Just going to jump into the chat quickly, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So we've got Lindsay and Alvin in. Hello, thanks for joining.
Hello.
We've also got Adam in. Hello. Tam and Bell, what is that? Oh, I've just finished watching your new video, Tam, with Buzz Lightyear. Limelight Vinty, hello. Yep, we're all good. Hope you're okay. Just coming down a Mo. We've also got Joan in. Hiya, Joan. Thanks for joining. If anyone does have any questions for Sarah, then do put them in the chat. Whisker World, hello. Thanks for joining. Uncle Albert, hello. Thanks for joining, Uncle Albert. He's always flipping. Hello, thanks for joining. Married to Reselling. We've got Faye and Simon in. Hello, thanks for
everyone.
Guys. Emma's in as well. Hi Emma, thanks for joining. Cameron Bell have also popped your Instagram up. I've popped it in the description here as well. So if you're not already following Sarah, go and follow her. Loads of amazing little videos out on her profile. And we've also got Kathy. Hello, happy hump day. Yes, happy hump day. Jilly B. Hello, Jilly B. Thanks so much for joining. And we've got Pete in as well. Hiya, Pete. Thanks for joining. Pika C. Hello. Thanks for joining. Phil Higginson. Hello. Thanks so much for joining, Phil. And we've got Renee. Hello. Sharon's in. Hello, Sharon. How does Sophie always manage to get the most beautiful guests to come on her live streams? Carly, number 53. Hello. You smoothie, Uncle Albert. Oh, isn't he just? He is American smooth, that Uncle Albert. And we've got Pete WW in. Hello. Thanks for joining. Well, nearly lost my chat then. Hello, Ian. Hello. Thanks for joining. Limelight. Hi, Sarah. I watched George's Resale Summit video today. What was that award you won?
It was an award for like being the heart of the reselling community, basically, for like I suppose supporting people and cheering people on and keeping people going. It was really sweet, and I was very overwhelmed and highly emotional.
That's great. That's such a nice little award.
Yeah, it was good. It was really lovely.
Whisker World, how much Sarah spending on average monthly to buy stock?
Yeah, on average about £1,200 I spend on stock a month. I mean, the most I've spent is probably in 1 month is probably about 2,500, but that was an extremely high month. I struggle to get it below 800, got to be honest. 800 is me being yes, very frugal. I'm not. I don't think I could do a no spend month. Although I after because I'm having a hysterectomy at some point this year, and obviously I won't be able to drive, so that probably will be my lowest spend month, I think. But I've got plenty of stock to cover me, so I'll be all right.
Do you go sourcing like every single day?
No, I don't. I probably go shopping maybe once or twice a week, and car boots, obviously, which is like where the biggest bulk comes in.
Yeah. Have you got like winter ones where you are as well, like car boots or not?
Yes, but they're not very good.
Oh, really? So, are they still outdoors or are they indoors?
Yeah, they're still outside, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not the place you want to be like in January, really, is it? You know what I mean?
No, it's freezing cold, no.
No. This is my first YouTube live. Got to be here for Sarah. Thanks,
so lush.
Thanks so much. Adam, genuine question, Sarah. Where is it then, Adam? Put it. Jessie Corn, hello. Thanks for
Oh,
being
Jess, hello.
And we've also got Woo Woo in. Hello. I love when Sarah always says she's charity shopping to for petrol.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're driving anywhere to do anything, try and get something in the charity shop.
Yeah. Adam, oh, here's the question. Was the summit as good as the feedback I'm hearing? I would have attended, but I felt that the ticket price plus travel, etc., priced me out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask because I was on the panel, but personally, it went better than I thought it was ever going to go, and it was one of the best experiences ever. Really, it was lovely. It was just like so positive, really inspiring. Just so many people, giving good vibes. It was really motivational. Absolutely worth the money for even if you didn't take anything away from any of anyone's speeches, just the networking and the opportunity of meeting people, exchanging tips, ideas, because we had the 9 to 5 of the the speeches, and then from 7 till midnight it was like free interaction between all the rooms. It was incredible, and I will definitely be buying a ticket to go next year. Yeah.
Wow, yeah, sounds good. I think I was thinking about going, but I think my shift sort of fell a little bit funny, so it would have been a bit difficult for me to kind of get there and get back like with working. But I have to admit that was something that I kind of thought of, like the £50 ticket price. I did kind of think like, what am I going to get from it, or what will I learn that I don't already know? Like not being big-headed, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
learn stuff, but like I was kind of thinking, well, all these people say this stuff on their channels anyway, and I want to do anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think like next year, definitely like give it a go. And I like going to those kind of things as well. Like I went to the eBay roadshow as well. Like, I like going to that kind of thing. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was necessarily like skeptical about it. I wouldn't go that far. But I was just a bit like, I suppose, like unsure about it. But yeah, I think definitely like give it a go next time. PPC, very well deserved, Sarah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, just coming down the chat a little bit again. Then a no spend month is good for the soul. Oh, I don't know that.
Andy, do you honestly have a no spend month? Do you? I don't think I can do it. I might have to, obviously, but
it's a bit controversial, that one, isn't it? No spend month.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I can do it like personally, like not buy anything for myself personally for a month, but for the business, I think,
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm the same with that actually. Question for you. Where do you store your stock and packaging material, and where do you get your packaging from? Thank you.
So I don't have a unit or an office outside of my house. I have to store everything in my house or in my garage. So it's a mixture really. I've got a spare room upstairs, which is called like my eBay room, and it's full of Kallax units and a packing table, which I just use not for hard goods, but for the clothing that I've got in the Kallax units. And then in the garage, I've got boxes and a rail of unlisted stock. And that's where I keep all my packaging materials. So I've literally got a cardboard mountain. People that have seen my Instagram stories will know it's about 8 foot tall and probably about 10 foot wide. Where do I get packing materials from? I do buy bubble wrap and I buy the poly bags. So I have a mixture of the shop subscription poly bags from eBay, and I buy some pretty ones like over and above that. And cardboard, I 99% of the time, well, pretty much 100% of the time, get it for free. I used to get some of the cardboard under the shop subscription, but when they changed to a new supplier, the prices went up a lot, and so I haven't had them from there, I don't think, for a couple of years. So yeah, all my boxes I get for free from supermarkets, garages, restaurants, chemists, literally anywhere I can scavenge boxes from. Facebook Marketplace, friends. The list goes on.
Anywhere you can get a box from, you will.
Yeah, I will. Even when I don't need them, I still get them, because you've never got the right size, have you?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I was doing that a bit because I'm like you. Like, obviously, you've got a lot more space than me. Like, I've only got a 1-bedroom flat, but I keep everything here. And it's all kind of like the majority of it is all boxed up, like labelled, A, B, C, D, F, D, and it's all kind of skewed and everything. So it's quite organised. But yeah, I tried to kind of store in cardboard as well, but it was kind of, it just got a bit over the top. It just got too much, and I was like, I'm gonna have to get rid of it because I wasn't using it. I was just like every time I went into work, I was like, oh, that's the cardboard box. I'm going to take that home with me. Take that one home with me. Oh, I might need that. I'm going to take that back with me. And then I was like, there's more cardboard than stock in here now. Like, something's got to go.
Yeah, if you're limited on space, then you've got to be a bit. Oh God, I don't know. Right, this happened. This is the first time it's happened so far. It's going to happen more. I'm going to forget my words.
You just got to be a bit more like kind of picky, haven't you, with what you pick up, what you do, and things. And that's why, like, I mean, when my front room, it was an absolute bloody mess. Before I put it in like boxes and everything like that, it made so much more space. So now I've kind of filled that space now. So now I need to get some more boxes to stack on. But it's like, where do you stop? Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Pete's in. He says hello. Hi, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
He's just coming down. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Question from Tamron Bell: would Sarah be interested in starting a YouTube channel?
No, I think I don't have thick enough skin for it, and I've got so much respect for people that do. But I am a very emotional soul, and I know that I couldn't handle the comments. I take it to heart, so I don't think it's for me. Plus, my Instagram takes up so much of my day already. I just wouldn't have time for YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, what you do on your Instagram is pretty much what you would do like on your YouTube, like with your videos and stuff like that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it does take a bit more of your time, I think, with YouTube. You've got to split, you've got to edit the videos, you've got to do everything else that goes with it. But I think you'd have like a great channel. Like, you've certainly got the following on Insta to kind of bring it over, but I think you'd have a great channel.
I'm just, I don't know, I'm too...
Just not your thing?
No, I'd take it to heart too much, I think.
I've had like a couple of funny little comments, because I always start my videos saying like, hi guys, or, something like that. And I got told I was being discrimination, not being like discriminating. I was being discrimination. And I've had like a couple of other little like comments, but yeah, my channel's still pretty small, so I kind of get away with it. I don't really get that many trolls, to be fair. Chris B, hello.
Oh, hi, Chris.
We've got Rich, Night's Life in. Hello, thanks for joining. Just scrolling down. Mandy, several, but I do spend hard on other amounts, approximately £1,200 a month. That is crazy, man. When I get that kind of like money, when I'm up there, then that's probably what I would do as well. But at the moment, I kind of spend I'm saving my eBay money at the moment, so I'm going to go travelling in June. So it's my wages that is paying for stuff at the moment, really, rather than my eBay money.
Yeah.
But yeah. But then, I'll forego other things for myself because I'd rather buy stock. Like food shop? No, don't need that. Cherry Potato Joyce. I love your name, Cherry Potato. Hello. No spend month. I tried a no shave November aka November beard, about 10 years ago. It's carried over and I haven't shaved since. I think I'm at the bottom-ish now. Worcester World, how much listing stock does Sarah have?
Yeah, I think currently I've probably got 550 active, let's say. I've got about 240 in scheduled. I've got about 50 in drafts and maybe 200 to 300 in my death pile. So yeah, quite a bit.
So how do you manage that then? Because obviously you said you've got like some in, drafts and stuff like that. Do you literally just like photo, like solid, and then kind of just stick them all in a draft, and then each day you'll put so many on? Or
yeah, I'm just, as soon as I mean, obviously I try and stay 3 weeks ahead, but if I go away or whatever, then it slips back, or I go out a lot or whatever, it slips down. So then I have to try and catch myself back up. But generally speaking, I keep myself 3 weeks ahead, and I have listings in drafts, and then each day I add the extra on to keep me the 3 weeks ahead on that day, of my drafts.
That's quite a good, like, well, it sounds like quite a good tactic to me actually, especially like because I'm still working, like, because quite often on the days that I'm working, I'm not able to list. I'll just do sell similars all the time.
Yeah.
And actually, if I sat down on my day off and just did like get loads of photos and like listings and just stored them, then I could actually put new listings out when I'm at work as well.
Yeah.
Actually, that's quite a good tactic.
I only actually have 5 new things going live a day, and I have 7 like old listings relisted, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what I was doing every day is I was literally photographing 5 and listing 5. And then this month I've been trialing a new thing where I'm photographing a week's worth in one day and trying to get it listed as well within the 2 days, or at least try and get it down to me having my work done in 2.5 days as opposed to 7. And I think it could potentially work, which has really shocked me, because although I was trying to keep an open mind, I was thinking it wouldn't work for me, because I thought I would think it was a big chore to do everything, all a week's worth of photographs in one day, but actually it's worked out quite well, and I'm wondering what the hell I've been doing for the last 6 years.
Well, the minute you said it, I was like, whoa, that's an amazing idea, because actually that would fit really well with me, with like my working life as well.
Yeah,
and I just hadn't thought of it at all.
I mean, I've been really inspired by people on Instagram who have been sharing recently that that's what they do. Like, really shocked me that people can list like 50 or 60 clothing items in a day, which I think is immense, because they do take a bit longer because you've got the measurements. It's not like, I mean, I could list 50 mugs in a day, because they're easy, aren't they? But 50 clothing items, no.
Yeah,
I absolutely couldn't. And some people, like Fake Rachel, she said this week that her average listing time per item is 1 minute and 35 seconds or something.
Really?
Which is
not and photo in as well.
Yeah, like literally including everything that she takes. It blows my mind. People are amazing, and I'm much slower than that.
That is crazy. 90-second like listing time. Adam says, I'm with you, Sarah. I've no desire to do YouTube. I personally don't see what I can offer and any differently what's out there at the moment. Oh, Adam, I always tell you, I tell everyone to do a channel, but I always tell you to do a channel.
I think everyone has got something to give. Literally everyone, whether you're a new reseller or you've been doing it for 20 years, everyone has got something to give. Just whether you want to give up the time to do it.
Yeah, definitely. He says, plus Rummage Around lives 2 miles away from me, so he doesn't offer footage in our area. Secret Carver, hi Rich, how you doing? I'm just coming down again, guys. Pete, I wouldn't worry about funny comments in comments or live. It's all interaction, yeah. That's how I kind of see it, really, to be honest. Lindsay and Alvin, that's the key. Don't let it bother you. Just look at it as an extra. Absolutely. Limelight, do you just sell on eBay or elsewhere too?
I sell on so the bulk of my turnover is eBay, and I'd say probably that's maybe 75% of my turnover. But I sell on Depop and Vinted, and I do make some sales on Instagram as well because people watch my stories and they ask to buy things from me. Facebook and Poshmark. I've only had 6 sales on Poshmark, but 6 sales is 6 sales.
Yeah, so definitely, especially as it's a brand new platform. That's good going, I'd say. What's your favourite platform?
My favourite platform is eBay, just because that's where I get most of my money. But if I started earning more money somewhere else, that would be my favourite. Yeah. I think Poshmark is definitely, like, in a couple of years' time, Poshmark has got the potential to be a big chunk of my turnover.
Yeah, I definitely think that's true. So we were chatting before the live because I've just been accepted onto Poshmark now. So I've started putting on listings and things like that. And I definitely see why it's kind of so big in the US as well. Like, it's obviously very established there, isn't it? But yeah, I find for me Depop, I don't know how you feel about Depop, but I find it pretty tricky to get sales on there.
Yes, I had a Depop shop originally, and I actually closed down because I felt like I wasn't getting the sales out of it for the time I was putting in. And then last year I decided to try again, and I think I've had like 87 sales in a year, which isn't a lot, but I'm fairly happy with just how that's come over.
Yeah, and if it just picks up, the odd little bit extra for you, then then fine.
Yeah.
But I tried to kind of give my Depop another go like a couple of weeks ago because I'd had a really awful week on eBay, and I was like, I need to do something. So I thought I'm gonna have to start trying to use Depop again because I'd stopped listing on it because it just wasn't worth my time essentially. I didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it, and I was like, oh, it's too much. But I've started listing on there again, and the thing I've noticed is the amount of spam messages I'm getting on items now. It's ridiculous, and it wasn't like that before.
No, it's just suddenly started in the last few weeks, and it's absolutely rife of them preying on the new sellers, and Depop need to do something about it, and they clearly not.
No, and I had about 4 come through on one item in the space of about 10 minutes, and someone messaged me on Instagram because they responded to my story, so I put on my story saying that, who the fuck is Marta Farker? Why would you have a name like that? But and she said that apparently what they're doing is they're kind of scamming and hacking older inactive Depop accounts, so it looks like this person is a real person.
Right.
If it's not like a bot as such, what they're doing is taking over real people's accounts, and that's why they can't get rid of them, because they're using real people's accounts.
Oh, right.
Not fake accounts. So once I found that out, I instantly turned 2-factor authentication on my account.
Yeah.
Don't really fancy someone, taking my account.
No.
But
I know someone on Instagram messaged me last week or the week before, and they'd had a scam message, and it's the one saying, I've just bought from you, click this link so that you can get the payment or whatever. And she'd messaged me saying, is this a scam or not? And unfortunately, obviously I get a lot of messages and I can't always get back to them straight away. And unfortunately, by the time I got back to her and said, don't click on it, she had clicked on it and they tried to take over £3,000 out of her account.
God,
so
what a stress.
If anyone is on here and they're about to try Depop or they are new, do be so careful of the scam messages, because
And if anyone asks you, oh, I want this item, but I need your email address first, don't do it. Or
No.
they say, oh, I need your phone number first, or I need something else first to be able to pay, then that's another red flag. Don't do it.
I'm just going to put a light on because it's getting dark, isn't it?
I find pretty much the same on like Facebook. I find very much like the Wild West. Like you get a lot of the same sort of scam messages on Facebook too, and but it'll always be like, oh, I'll send a UPS deliverer to your house and it will give you cash in an envelope.
Oh, they're so annoying, aren't they?
Yeah, I've messaged back even to a couple of them and been like, have you not realised how old this is now? Like, what are you doing? Question for Sarah, what is your best buy so far?
My best buy was some fabric that I bought for 50p. It was in the bottom of a dirty suitcase at Car Boot at a house clearance stall, and I sold it for, I think it was £965.
Whoa! How did you find out it was worth that much?
Well, I bought it thinking it was going to be worth about £40. That was I was thinking this nice fabric should get 40 quid. Yeah. And I brought it home and did my live on the Sunday afternoon, as I do. And Cheryl was watching, Pound Girl, shout out. We got Cheryl, and she said, oh, that's special. You might get, I think she said originally £200 a meter, and I had 2 meters.
Yeah.
And then the more we looked into it, after the live had finished, the more research we did, it came to light it was actually very special. And I don't know whether it's still hung up in the V&A, a piece of it, but it had been shown in the V&A. And so I listed it for £1,200, and I think it was listed for about 6 months, and I'd had no interest. Always had loads of watchers, which obviously was just other resellers just checking to see if I'd sold my fabric. And then not this March just gone, but March last year, I had an offer of 965 or so, around that amount, and I accepted it. And I thought, is this just someone, some troll on Instagram just having a laugh?
Yeah.
I think it was about 5 hours later she paid. And she messaged me after to say that her dad, who I think had passed away, but it was his birthday the day that she was buying it. He used to be a supervisor in the design team at Sanderson Fabrics.
Wow.
So that was why she bought it. But yeah,
wow.
It was. I don't think I'm ever going to beat 50p into.
No. I don't think many other people can beat 50p into 900 either.
Oh, lots of people get amazing stuff. But yeah, that was.
I suppose that as well, for something like that, you've got to just wait for the right buyer as well, haven't you? And that was that person. It meant something to her, didn't it?
Yeah.
That right buyer.
It also shows how many things like that are thrown away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How people think, oh, it's rubbish,
Yeah, because that totally would have been thrown away otherwise. Crazy. I tell you what, if that was me, because I don't know a lot about fabric and that kind of thing, I probably would have just walked past it and been like, oh, what's that?
I do quite like selling fabric because you can get a chunky sort of, if it's a couple of meters, you can get a chunky amount out of it.
Yeah. 3 weeks ahead. Wow, Sarah seems very organised. She might be my complete opposite.
Well, I'm organised from that respect, but I'm very disorganised in lots of other areas of my life, I can assure you.
Lizzie, hello. Hi, Sarah. How do you decide what's for Vinted and what's best for eBay sales? I'm just getting another beer. Bear with me.
Well, that's a good one because I'm still trying to learn what is going to sell best on what platform. Quite often I get it right, and quite often I get it very, very wrong. I think, oh, that's going to sell really quickly on Vinted, and it doesn't. But I have been, up until this last week, keeping eBay and Vinted like completely separate. Last week I started trialing Zip Sale, and I've been putting like between 3 and 5 items that are already listed on eBay onto Vinted that I wouldn't have otherwise done. And I've sold 2, I think, for like a total of £70, but that's £70 that I wouldn't have got because I would never have put those on Vinted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's hard to know. It's trial and error.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's some things that I literally just won't even bother putting on Vinted, and I'll just be like, I'm just going to put that on eBay. Like, if it's something quite niche or whatever, then I'll just eBay it. But I have had like a couple of things I've put on Vinted before, and they've taken them down. I think I put on like a DVD player or something like that, and it got taken down. But yeah, they will take certain things down as well, so you will quickly find out what's best not to put on there.
Yeah,
get taken down.
Yeah, don't put anything on there with Angora in it, because Angora's not allowed, so don't do that.
Yeah. That was pretty much like how I found out, was it got taken down, so I was like, well, don't put that on there then. Mandy, I always keep 2 weeks in a draft. You never know when you want or need a break.
That's it. Yeah, you could, that's, obviously we could be ill and you don't want to be listing when you're ill, so if you've got some drafts to carry you over.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Spooky, I was literally just watching Sarah on George's video. Joan, I love that you try different ways of working your positivity. Working longer hours for more days off is a great idea.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long I'm very good at like trying new things for a bit, and then I don't keep up with it, but we'll see how this goes.
Gwaz, hello, nice to see you. Kathy, Spooky, I was just watching Dave ABL's grin on George's channel. Pete WW, love the reselling community. These live streams and videos really help a lot. That's why they're here, Pete. That's what we're all here for. This is an open chat. If you haven't been in any of my lives before, it's very relaxed, very open chat. I sit here drinking beer as well. Like, it's that kind of thing. Oh, thanks, Lindsay and Alvin. Yeah, well, I didn't do an awful lot. They just told me that I was on it, but yeah, thanks. What are your thoughts on Poshmark? I'm on the wait list. I'm wondering if it's worth it.
Well, for a start, I'm going to recommend the Luxury Pickers 2 podcasts they've just done on Poshmark, because they are so informative and they say so much more than I can say in this little bit. To start with, obviously it's in beta, and when it starts, it's a whole new platform. It's going to be work for maybe not as quick sales, but once it takes off, you are going to have the benefit of being on there from the start, and that's going to be worth a lot, I think. So I think it's definitely worth it, Jess, when you do get on there, to just get as much as you can on there and share, and get your share figures up and get your listings on, so that when it does open to the masses, you've got a good basis that you're starting from. You're already ahead of how everyone else is going to be starting.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying earlier that I just put on like 10 listings today. So I put on, I probably did a bit more than 10 actually, because I put on everything that I'd listed today anyway. And then I went on my eBay and I just put the photos off from my eBay and like copy and pasted the title, just so I could put it all, start moving some things over there as well.
Yeah. And it's so quick to list on there, isn't it? It's almost as quick as Vinted to list on Poshmark,
yeah,
I think.
It is quick on there, and I do like that you can put more categories in, but it's not too overwhelming, and it's still quick, isn't it, really? But yeah, then I kind of worked out, because then these people were suddenly like following me, and I was like, I've only been here 30 seconds. What's this about? And then people were like sharing my stuff, and then even Lola, Chaddy Pete's wife, started sharing some of my stuff as well. And I was like, how does she know I'm here? And I was like, mind blown. So then I thought, on a minute, maybe I should share other people's stuff. So then that was what I've been doing for about an hour, sat on the sofa, just sharing other people's like things, following people. Because you've got to like build up that traffic to your store, haven't you? Like you can't just sit there and list and then just wait for things to come to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen like that. But I definitely think it will be worth it in the future because it's huge in America, isn't it? So I think it will take off here. But it's just still all in testing, which I didn't know because I knew I was on the wait list, but I thought it was out there now, and that was why I was allowed, like the commoner was allowed in, sort of thing.
No, it's still in testing. Well, as far as I'm aware, no, it is. It definitely is, yeah.
How is Poshmark different from eBay? I don't know really. Like this, like eBay gets you to fill out everything, doesn't it? But Posh doesn't so much. I'd say it's more had. I see it more like kind of vintage cross people a little bit. I don't know how you feel. Like you've been on it like longer than I have. I've been on it for an hour.
Yeah, I think it's almost a bit a cross between Vinted and possibly a bit Instagrammy, because it's a very social thing.
Yeah,
it's a lot more community based in that you are sharing other people's things, and it's less competition, more community, I think is what they want to be.
And it does tell you that from the get-go, doesn't it? Even your first email, it's like get social, like be social.
Yeah.
Like it tells you that right from the start. So I think unless you are like, sharing, liking posts, following people, like you wouldn't get very far otherwise. Like you've got to use the sharing other people's.
Yeah.
Although I did see someone who had pretty much the same pair of New Balances on that I've got, and I did think, oh, I'm not going to share that. I won't share that. Because several people have shared my one, and I was like, I want people to see my one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So I was like, I can't share like someone else's exact pair.
Yeah, no, that's quite sensible.
These are scam messages, Kathy. Dave, FYI, the Smiths lead for the Hot Wheels Bigfoot is the same product that is available in home bargains for $8.99 and $11.99. Thanks for the info, Dave. No, it's probably not here, mate, but we'll take it.
I think that was meant for a Discord group, not here, but
we'll take it anyway, Dave. Cheers for sharing, though. Whatever you've got to share, we're all ears, so don't worry.
I think that was for Next Level Resell.
Yeah. Next Level soap. How does Sarah doing self-employment tax return? Does she have an accountant? She's doing it herself. That's probably something you should always direct to like accountants. I don't know about you, Sarah, but
I have got an accountant and I recommend them.
Yeah, we're not accountants. Anything like that, you just direct it to an accountant. What was the name of the fabric?
The pattern name was Stones of Bath, and I'm pretty sure the artist was called John Piper. It's bad if I've got that wrong, because it should be imprinted on my brain. But yeah, if you want to have a look at it, just in case you potentially stumble across it, then go to my Instagram. It's pinned to the top, so easy to find.
I'll see you later, Uncle Albert. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
See you later, Adam. Speak to you very soon. Vinted has been taking down listings that are similar to me. Vintage can be a little bit funny with some distance, and I don't know why. But
what? Are they thinking that you've got the same things on? Is that what that person means? They think it's complicated.
Could be. Retro Jamie, I wish Vintage would release Vintage Pro. Yeah.
I hope they release it before I get kicked off.
Yeah.
I hope to sustain my myself on Vintage.
Yeah.
They bring it.
Hello, Ali Evans. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna start burping now. That's gonna be awful, isn't it? I had an email saying it's coming soon, but nothing to sign up. Yeah, I started signing up to it. This was like a good couple of months ago, Lisa. Like, this is ages ago. I went on the wait list. So I'm guessing they're just letting through like crowds of people at a time. And then that was just my time. But I'm pretty sure I may have even signed up for it from like end of January or something like that. I can't remember. But it was a long time ago. And then you just get an email through saying like you're ready to go, basically. I would bore people to death with my niche. This is a guest on my channel. Ali, hi everyone. It's good to see it live with just women. Whoop whoop. Yeah, I do like doing lives with. Well, I like doing lives with all resellers, but it is nice to female resellers as well. So it's not all just blokes. You know what I mean? Not all just blokes.
Big up, ladies.
Yeah. I'm such a feminist. It's awful, really. I get hot flesh counting money. I must be going through the change. I'm just coming down now. I think I've hit the bottom now. So Sarah, can you tell us anything about? Can you remember like what your biggest flop might have been?
My biggest flop?
Yeah.
Without a doubt, my worst buys have been bundles from other resellers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have been my worst buys. And I don't think I would. I mean, I have just bought something from someone that I do know, and it was blind, but I do know the person. But if I didn't know and trust the person, I wouldn't do it now. It's too risky, and then it's awkward.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh God, do you say, I'm sorry, how do you say this isn't acceptable? I think the thing is, you presume that other resellers have the same standard as you, and they don't. So you've got to be very careful if you're buying a bundle from another reseller.
Yeah, I was about to say actually, because Adam's piped up here, and because I've had a box off Adam before, and his was good actually, and I think I've sold pretty much all of it now, Adam. Like, I think I've only got like a couple of t-shirts left out of it still, like not much at all. But he gave me a pair of Reebok trainers, and I sold them instantly on Depop, and he was like, well, how did you sell them? I couldn't sell them, and I was like, I don't know. But no, Adam's like pretty good, but it is a risk, isn't it? And then it's kind of like you say, it's kind of a bit awkward, like, oh, how can I tell this person like you've given me a load of shit, but like politely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I struggle with like tactility. Really, I'm not a very tactile person. I think I would just be like, what the fuck.
Yeah, it's difficult. But I mean, other than that, I have fails. Also, it's guaranteed. I'm going to pick up something that is no good every time I go to a charity shop, and every time I go to Taboo, it's just
probably what 3 of my boxes are full of stuff that I thought would sell and it hasn't sold. Don't get a box of it. Sarah, hiya, thanks for joining. What would you say to someone starting out? Best tip you were given or wish you were told?
Oh, I think the best words is to have a SKU system, so a stock keeping system from the start is I think the best tip.
Absolutely.
So that you don't. And when you're starting out, you think, oh, I don't need a SKU system because I've only got a few bits and I know where they are. It doesn't take long before you've got quite a lot, and then you've got to go back and SKU it. So if you do it from the start, that's the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've got about 285 items on my store at the moment, and I think I started doing it when I had around 230 items, maybe something like that, 200 odd items. And I did it in the January when I had the month off work, so I actually had the time to sit there and do it. But I'm so glad I've done this now while my shop is still relatively small, and just making it so much more organised. I was so fed up of going into my boxes and literally like pulling that out, like where is it?
Yeah. And also, things can get damaged, like when you're doing that, sequence them off, or if you've got things new with tags, the tags can get ripped off.
Yeah, especially the way I throw things around. Like, but I'm so glad I've done it now, because I said to Nicole, Brand Babes, I said to Nicole, I was like, this is what I've done. And she was like, oh, can you help me? And I was like, yeah, all right then. So we went to a storage unit.
I didn't know that she didn't have a SKU system. I just thought she would.
No, because she's quite organised, really. But no, so it took us 4 hours to do, like, we got like the majority of it done. But it did take us both of us 4 hours, and we were doing like boxes like each sort of thing, category each things.
Yeah.
I was a bit like, why did I tell her about this? Why have I come along? It's done now and it's sorted, and I've got a list of 10 things as well, so if she can't find it, then I go on my phone and get in the list and tell her where it is.
Oh, such a good friend.
But I'm so glad, because Nicole's got about 1,000 odd items in her store, so that was pretty much what we went through and did. But I was like, I'm so glad I've done this now, rather than to the point where I had, more items. It does make such a difference, so much more different.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think the other thing as well is just always look up stuff in comps as well. Like if you're in shop, car boot, look up comps, and don't go mad. Don't go just buying everything and think, oh yeah, that'll sell. Just set yourself little budgets as well and things.
Yeah.
Just go mental and buy everything. Sorry, I'm off topic. Tonight my neighbours put a huge teddy bear on the top of his bin. It makes me sad for Teddy. I'm thinking about reselling opportunities. What would you do? I think the best thing to do is get out Google Lens and see if it's actually worth even listing, to be honest. Or whether it could just get in bed for you, maybe. Might be more happier there. But yeah, just do Google Lens, see what it actually is, if you can get anything to match up with it, and then start making a decision from there. Plus, if it's really big, it might be a bit difficult to ship as well. If you're talking 4 foot Teddy, then that's going to be
also, is it already wet? Because it's certainly awful.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is awful here as well, and it has been all day. If it's wet, I'd stick it in the tumble dryer and just put it to bed with you. You made your money back just on the Jimmy Choo bag. I did actually. Yeah, that one item did cover the whole box. Just gonna start coming down the chat a little bit. Do you SKU each item with a number, Sophie, as you sell a lot of clothes? So I literally just have boxes A through to H at the moment, and they're about 50 litre boxes, and I would literally just put, just box in wherever I can fit it, and then when I list it, I just put what box I put it in, so that might be like A, B, C, D, or whatever, and then I just freak out, to be honest. Nothing special, but it works for me. Everyone's got different systems that work for them, but that's what works for me. Rich, not seen your chef for a while. What's zucchini? I don't know. Just the area the shops didn't matter. Not necessarily, I don't think, really. I think if you're more in like a affluent area, you'll get higher prices for things. But actually, like I've been to kind of less affluent areas and found just as good stock in there and for better prices because they know that people in the area aren't going to pay for it. So I don't think it matters an awful lot.
Also, some of the less affluent areas get their stock transferred over from shops in affluent areas. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just scrolling down a little bit.
Sourcing is harder in areas where where it's expensive. Like I went to areas around Oxford yesterday, and Summertown, one particular area, it has really great stuff, but the prices are just absolute insanity. So if you're only sourcing in that area, reselling would be extremely difficult.
Yeah, it's like in Cheltenham. Like Cheltenham's, well, it's known to be like an affluent town, isn't it? But when you go down Bath Road, the prices there are like horrific. But you will find really good stuff there, but at horrific prices. But then you go to another part of town that is like a really poor area, and you just get a lot better prices. And I found like some of the best stuff in that one actually. Is there background music playing, or am I going mad? No, you're not going mad. It's a new little feature of mine. I decided put on a bit of lo-fi music because I just thought it would be a bit cool. But if it does drive you nuts, let me know, and I will turn it off. But I thought it was like a cool thing. All the best people in Mad Limelight, absolutely, totally. Did you do Headington yesterday too, Sarah?
I did, yeah, because I was at the Nuffield at the hospital, so I did do Headington, yeah, and I did that cash-only house clearance place, Chris. I don't think I've ever been in there before, but that was very cheap. Do you ever go in it? That's my question to Crispy. Does he ever go in the cash-only?
So what's like the house clearance like place then?
It's like I don't know. It's how to describe it. It looks like a house from the outside, and it's got loads of stuff out the front, and then there's like one room inside, and it's stacked to the ceiling with stuff, and then you go like outside at the back, and it's all stacked up outside, and then there's a shed at the back, and that's stacked to the ceiling with furniture.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't think we've got anything like that here.
It's by the hospital. I have seen it, but I've just always walked past it and thought, oh, it looks like a bit of a mess, and I don't know if I want to look through it. But I just like, because they had a clothing rail outside yesterday, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have a look.
I don't know about you, but like, you know, like if you're at Car Boots and there's just mounds and mounds of clothes like on the floor, like I keep looking through that. I can't be doing it.
I wish I had the patience to, because I'm sure there's great stuff, but one, I'm too old for it. And two, I don't have the patience. I just think, no, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I do. I look at it and I'm like, oh, but you could be missing something. Then I'm like, nah, carry on, find a rail.
Yeah.
It's like waiting for the DWP to answer the phone.
Oh, the whole music.
It's lo-fi. It's meant to relax you, and that's so you don't shout at them down the phone. It's pretty rammed in there, but good.
It is very rammed in there, yeah.
Nice. Well, we've been on for about an hour now, guys. I'd like to try and keep these down to an hour, and we're also at the bottom of the chat. So thanks so much for joining, guys. I really appreciate it. And thanks so much, Sarah, for being my guest this week as well.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate that. And Sarah's link to her Instagram is also in the chat, and it's down in the description as well. No Wednesday Night Live next week because I'm at work. You know, that annoying place that I have to go. But from May, I'll be back every single Wednesday at 7 o'clock as well. So I really appreciate everyone joining. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Do follow Sarah on Instagram, and I will catch you all soon. Take care.
Bye.